Yo, guys, the kid is 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 the kid. So our main man here, Devil, he's moving houses, so he's not fully in. So we've got the side chick, the light-skinned side chick is here, coming in here as a special guest, Kyle Reisman, who we now know he's a producer. Apparently, this guy's a hip hop producer. He's the new Dr. Dre man. So why weren't you at the Grammys? Why did you pick up your Grammy on Sunday?
Listen, some people are behind the scenes, innit? They make their grind behind the scenes. Not everyone needs to be famous.
So you're not interested in a Grammy or a Billboard award. That's not what you're about. You're about the streets. Give it to the streets.
Yeah, exactly.
Nix, what up? How's the weekend? What's popping, man?
Yeah, man, it's all right. I just want to, before we obviously talk about the football, send more prayers to the Bryant family and all those who passed away on in the terrible helicopter accident, because that was shocking, man. That just as we were about to start the podcast yesterday, and we got the news, and it wasn't confirmed. Like, obviously, you hear a lot of these fake news stories on Twitter, etc. But then by the time we finished it, then we heard it was confirmed. It's so sad when you consider that his 13-year-old daughter was on there with him, and of course she had a couple of teammates on there as well. So yeah, man, you gotta appreciate life, really and truly. Every day you go out and come home is another blessing, isn't it? So prayers to Kobe Bryant's family and all other people who lost people on that flight.
Yeah, man. No, 100%. Again, just echoing what I pretty much said on the Sunday hangout, man. Very, very sad. Very, very sad indeed. Nothing more can be said. So, on this week's show, we're going to be talking about FA Cup. FA Cup, talking about the cup competitions, pertaining to some comments that Pep, Klopp, and so forth made. And we're also going to talk about the fifth round draw, which has been revealed. The fifth round draw, I believe, has been revealed. And then we're going to talk about our main topic, which is with regards to Real Madrid and whether they are La Liga favorites. Then we should talk about a bit of transfer window stuff. And if we have time, Lewandowski or Benzema, who is the better striker? Which striker would you rather have? And then I think, because this is something that we've talked about over the weekend, so let me present it to obviously Kyle and Nix for them to give their thoughts upon this. So before we actually go into a thing, now this is showing you how we're revving things up for 2020. Let me just show you how we're revving things up for 2020. Ever got fifth round draw? It's like, whoa, HH. Okay, that's new. Whoa, what the heck? HH, the hell? Yeah, baby, 2020. That's what I'm talking about, baby. So that's the FA Cup fifth round draw. So Sheffield Wednesday, Man City, Reading or Cardiff against Sheffield United. Your boys against Shrewsbury or Liverpool, West Bromwich Albion against Newcastle, Oxford United, Leicester coming for Birmingham, Northampton or Derby against those guys United, Hampton or Tottenham against Norwich City, Portsmouth at home to either Bournemouth or the Arsenal. So looking at those fixtures, which ones grab your eye? I'm all about Feb 18. That's where I'm at. But for you two guys who are FA Cup merchants, which fixtures there grab your eyes?
It's got to be Chelsea versus Liverpool.
Well, no, you mean Chelsea versus Shrewsbury.
So what? Shrewsbury can't beat Liverpool?
Chelsea versus Shrewsbury. When you consider it's Shrewsbury against Liverpool, I guess we'll get onto it. But Liverpool's under 17s in the replay. You got to back Shrewsbury for that, surely.
I don't know, man. The under 17 should be good enough to see them through.
What about Northampton or Derby against United, man? That could be something.
If Derby draw Man United, then it'll be Rooney versus Man United.
That's what I say. That could be a very interesting storyline there, man.
That's the only two. Chelsea, potentially, if they play Liverpool, and potentially Derby if they play Man United. The rest of them, some of them might be close, but am I going to clear my schedule to watch it? No, I don't think so, other than those two games.
Okay, so let's get over to our first little topic here before we go to our main topic, and this is, of course, pertaining to here we go. So Klopp, Pep, and Uncle Moo have made some certain comments about cup competitions. So, Nix, do you want to elaborate on the things that Klopp, Pep, And the GOATs, 2010 treble, 2010 treble, 2010 treble. He ran Pepper out of town. Still the GOAT. Relax, Tottenham guys. Relax, chill out. He didn't promise you a trophy. He's still the best manager of all time. He changed football for everything. So, Nix, want to elaborate on what this guy said? Klopp, Pep, and the GOAT. The GOAT. Call him the GOAT. Call him the GOAT.
There's only one goal, and that's Sir Alex Ferguson.
How many champions did he win? 2 with the same team.
Wait, what's the problem, sir? What's the problem? same club, different players. Anyway, 10 years apart. But yeah, first it was actually Pep a few weeks ago after the Carabao Cup. He's talking about basically, they need to drop the Football League, so the Carabao Cup, League Cup, and because there's too many games, players are getting injured. They can't, it's not safe for the player to play so many games, especially in a short period of time. Around the December period where you got back-to-back games after Boxing Day and then the 28th, etc. Then Mourinho fails to beat Southampton, and him and Hausen, who also failed to beat Tottenham in the same game, of course. They're complaining, saying there shouldn't be any FA Cup replays. It should just go straight to penalties after 90 minutes because too much fixtures, etc. And then Klopp, whose team throw away a 2-goal lead at lowly Shrewsbury, complains that there's too much fixtures, and therefore he's going to play his under-23s while his first team are away resting during the 2-week winter break. And he's also going to take a 2-week winter break himself because clearly he's been running up and down the touchline like Mane has, so he needs a break. And he's going to give over the dues to his under-23 manager. I can't remember the guy's name. I think it's Neil something. He's going to be managing that game. And of course, all those comments are going to bring, culminating in Klopp's one, is going to bring a lot of furore. So that's kind of where we're at. The question being, do we have too many games? Should we drop one of the cup competitions? Can we change the FA Cup? I don't know where Klopp's gone. But can we change the FA Cup so there's less So there's less replays, etc. Or do you just change the winter break? Do you put the winter break at a different time to make sure there's no fixtures whatsoever? So that's really what we're talking about.
Let me keep it real with you guys right now. I respect the FA Cup. I respect its stuff and everything, but at the same time, this is 2020. This is 1978. Okay, same thing as how I feel that the royal family is overrated and they're outdated, and I can't, all because you're an old lady with a crown doesn't mean that I should respect you more than a regular old lady without a crown. 2020, we have to have new things. I understand about the history, the heritage, FA Cup magic. No, bro, this is 2020. We're obviously going to get this because once February hits, guys, let me just warn you guys about this very, very quickly. So Kyle and Nick, maybe you don't know, but let me just get you up to speed. Feb 18. Once February hits, this channel changes. This entire channel changes because once that month hits, Nix, I'm sorry, this isn't about you. This is obviously about me and Carl because we're in the CL. We're in the CL, okay? Your boys are not sniffing a CL for an 5-6 years. So the thing is that FA Cup is cool. It is cool, but these guys are right in the sense of there are far too many games. Remember, there's no winter break. There is.
There is. What about the break starts after this. So this weekend, Premier League fixtures, then you have a 2-week winter break. So what they do, just to quickly explain, they split the fixtures. So next weekend, 5 matches will play, so 10 teams. And the weekend after, another 5. But every team gets 13 to 16 days off. But continue.
Okay, no, but actually, let me just quickly hit the super chat. Gatlock, the guy with the wisecracks. The lights is feeding off HH. It's messing with connection. Gatlock, chill out, relax, and Kyle, man, come on, bro. Don't.
We at least got to give a pat on the back for that.
Nah, don't skip. Yo, Kyle, get in the booth and produce me a track for me to rap on. Okay, give me do something useful. Okay, produce me a beat, man. What the hell? Where's your Grammy? Where's your Grammy, man?
In my back pocket.
So look, I think that, for me personally, I get the whole thing of like there's a winter break and everything. This is my view. Either you scrap the FA Cup, you scrap the League Cup. You can't have two cup competitions. It's too much and it gets too convoluted. And you can't. Every league must have a cup competition, so you have to scrap the League Cup. You have to, because it's too many things. And also, do you want? So people will say, okay, Liverpool put out the under-17s, and it's like people say, okay, that's disrespecting the competition. But if you're playing so many games, so many matches, and so much is demanded upon you with these matches, it makes no sense to put out a first team or a close to a first team in the League Cup, the FA Cup, the League, and the Champions League, because these are high intensity games that demand a lot from the players. So, and the reason about this is that you have to look at money and eyeballs. People like Sky and everything, like, no, the more matches we have, the more revenue we get from advertisers. Because if you take the Carabao Cup away, all that, because remember, if you're a hardcore fan, you're watching every game. You're viewing to every game, so you're viewing that Carabao Cup game, you're viewing that preseason game, you're viewing every single game. So the Sky and all these people will fight to keep these competitions. But the coaches and the managers are going to say, no, so you now have these two warring factions, i.e. the TV companies and the coaches and the players saying, look, man, especially if we're coming to the Euros. Because, look, I don't think people can use it as a crutch or an excuse, but I have to at least sympathize that if you're coming into a World Cup or a Euros playing close to 50 games, even if you go a 2-3 week break, you're going to be fatigued. You're going to be fatigued. And as football fans, we want the best players in the best possible condition for the Nations Cup, for the Copa America, for the Euros, for the World Cup. And we're never going to have that if coming into these things, you're playing 50 games. So, Carl, thoughts on this?
You know what? It's funny because we talked about this the other day on the podcast, and the complaints generally come from higher tier clubs, higher tier managers, because they are involved in all competitions, and generally, more often than not, they get further into the competition than most. So naturally, they have to play more games than others. But you would never hear a Shrewsbury or Halifax Town complaining about too many fixtures, because it's not too many fixtures. I just think the bigger teams with a bigger squad just need to learn how to manage their squads better. Like, Liverpool played a second string team against Shrewsbury. They went 2-0 up. They should have been able to see out the game 2-0 up. They should win the game and go through. But that's the benefits of having millions of pounds, being able to spend hundreds of millions year after year after year after year. Man City spent millions, even $1 billion. They're supposed to be able to play 25 different players throughout the season, even more. You got a 25-man squad plus your youngsters. So they've got in excess of 30 plus players to pick from. There shouldn't be complaints that, oh, there's too many games, tired, fatigueness. Well, then you shouldn't be playing Kevin De Bruyne and David Silva in the cup competition, then complaining about this too. Rest them. Play Phil Foden. Play the youngsters.
Wait. So Carl, you are arguing for them to still keep the Carabao Cup. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah. Why not? It gives the smaller clubs something to play for. Like, the more matches that they're involved, it helps them. Like, if you put it like this, if
okay, so you're not the man of the people.
I understand where people are coming from, and if you take away the Carabao Cup, it puts more emphasis on the FA Cup. The FA Cup becomes more important because now there's one single cup competition within the country, which will be the FA Cup. So it becomes that more important because now there's only one chance that you're going to have to win a cup competition rather than two. And teams will now take it. I say now, but they should take it a little bit more seriously, because once you're out, you're out. There's no second chance. But the smaller teams, the amount of games that they get, replays that they get, the amount of money like, do you want football to benefit the top sides, just the Premier League? Just focus on the Premier League, and anyone else below the Premier League, sod them. Just forget them. They got to grind. They got to somehow make their way up. And if they make it to the Premier League, find a way to stay there. And the Premier League is the absolute be all end all, the glory. Come on, man. You have to have something in football that's going to help the smaller sides. If you take out the Carabao Cup, leave it as just the FA Cup. The FA Cup, from round 1, to round 6, then you got the quarterfinal, semi-final, and final. You've got all this. What the small teams are out by the third. I don't say the small teams. I'm talking about League 3 sides. They're out by the second and third round. They don't even see the light of day. The more game time for them, I'm all for it, man. Because at the end of the day, some of them, they absolutely live for the experience, and you take it away from them, and we're literally just tuning in to Premier League football just for more weeks.
Yeah,
literally for more weeks.
Actually, Carl, your video is looking like a brick at the moment. Try. Are you on low resolution? Make sure that you're on low resolution, because you were freezing up a bit slightly when you were talking. But Carl, I mean, that's a great, lovely, sweetheart story and everything, which we should. And I think if I was casting like a Disney fairy tale movie, I'd probably cast you in that. But Carl, at the end of the day, this is about being realistic right now. Carabao Cup, let that be for the teams from the Championship to League 3. With regards to the Premier League teams don't need to play in the Carabao Cup. FA Cup, Premier League, that's it. So we can have them nice and fresh for Feb 18, and of course the summer tournaments as well.
Premier League, wait, you're saying FA Cup Premier League teams only?
No, FA Cup is for everybody, but Premier League teams shouldn't take part in the Carabao Cup. But the Carabao Cup should be for Championship all the way downwards, and the Premier League teams only have FA Cup and Premier League to worry about, because Premier League teams in the Carabao Cup, it becomes diluted. And again, I need everyone fresh for Feb 18 and for the summer things. Nix, do you have any words on this?
Get a meal, because this is going to be a long one. I've got a few things. Get a meal. Everyone, I'm going to give you 10 seconds. Get a meal. You got a meal? You got a drink? All right, cool. Let's go. First and foremost, Jurgen. No, let's go Pep Guardiola. He says scrap the League Cup. Now, I understand where he's coming from. I really do. I don't usually understand where he's coming from. He makes a lot of excuses, but I understand where he's coming from. The League Cup is, however, the oldest cup competition in England. I think it's older than even the FA Cup. I could be wrong, but I think it might be older than the FA Cup. But it's very, very old. You can't just get rid of it. The reason why it's called the League Cup, the Football League Cup, is because before the Premier League, the Football League, i.e. Division 1, Division 2, Division 3, that was English football. So you can't just scrap the League Cup, because if you do that, you kind of devalue the nature of the English football pyramid from Premier League right down to conference level. Now, I do agree with Hafo, where he says it probably should just be for championship teams and below. But what they need to do, because at the moment they've got an EFL trophy, which is for League 1, League 2, and maybe conference. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely League 1, League 2. Then you got the League Cup, which is for everyone. And then you got the FA Cup, which is for everyone. You don't need 2 cup competitions, which are for everyone. So the League Cup, it could be from championship down, and you scrap the EFL trophy. So you just merge the EFL trophy and the EFL Cup, which is the League Cup, and you have one League Cup, which is championship down. Or, because the main issue, as you said, the complaints come from top 6, top 7 sides who are in Europe. So you say, if you qualify for European competition, because at the moment, if you qualify for European competition, you don't join the League Cup until round 2 or 3. So if what you can do is say, if you qualify for Europe, whether it's Champions League or Europa League, you don't play in the League Cup. So it's for the Premier League, 8th place, so to speak, down to League Two. That's the League Cup.
So say if you qualify for Europe, you
don't play in the League Cup. So the League Cup is only for people who do not play in Europe.
Okay.
And then you got the FA Cup, which is for everyone, from conference right up to, well, non-league really, right up to Premier League. Now the question in terms of FA Cup is about replays. As the years have gone by, every year recently, another round gets knocked off where they don't have replays. So first it was the quarterfinals, then it was the fifth round. Now the round 4 is the last. I think it's the last round where you have replays. But they want to get rid of replays. But replays in and of itself is what makes the FA Cup very much different to a lot of other cup competitions across Europe. So I don't think you can just get rid of replays, because if you get rid of replays, you lose the value of why the FA Cup is what it is, what makes FA Cup what it is. Now, there's talks about whether or not, when you basically, if it's a non-league team or a weaker team, they can choose whether it's home or away. I think that's all a bit too messy. And that devalues the sense of a random draw. If you can get drawn home, but actually you can pick to play away because there's more money involved, and there's too much agendas will come into it if you're picking whether you want to play home or away. But I think replays in FA Cup are important. Now, what round you take that to is a different matter, whether you just have it in round 3 or just in round 4, or maybe right up to the quarterfinals. I don't know. Another thing, you need to get rid of. Actually, we're not going to go into that. I'm going to say get rid of semi-finals at Wembley, but that's more about the FA Cup and whether you can keep it prestigious or not. But Klopp's talking about he's going to play under 17, under 23s, and he's not going to manage because we need a winter break. Blah blah blah. The players need to go on break. Cool. I don't care who you play. I don't care if you play the under 12s. That's up to you. They are contracted to Liverpool. You can play whoever you want. You can probably put out the staff and the coaches if that's what you want. But to say you're not going to go and manage, I think that's a disgrace. You are the manager of Liverpool. You are not the manager of Liverpool senior players. You are the manager of Liverpool Football Club. So if any player comes to represent Liverpool Football Club, you should be managing them. To say you're going to go off on holiday in the middle of a season and send your under 23 manager to manage them, for me, is a disgrace to you as a manager and to the competition. The English game that you wanted to come over to, you're now disrespecting it, and I don't agree with that at all. Now, obviously, you can't force a man to.
Just he said they are disrespecting the cup competition.
He's disrespecting the English game that he's come over to. He came over to the English game. The FA Cup was here before Klopp, and now he's saying, basically, I'm too good to managing it. I'm on my holiday.
Just want to say, this is not the first time he's done this. He didn't manage in that League Cup game.
Well, the league, that's a bit different because that was an agreement between him and the EFL, and they said they could go over to the Club World Cup. That's fair enough. But to say I'm going on holiday instead of managing your club, I think that's an absolute piss take. But worse than that, you got these 3 managers, Pep, Mourinho, and Klopp. Champions League winners, league winners in their own right, won all the individual awards that you can think of. And as Carl said, they got all these millions in the bank as clubs, and they complain about extra fixtures. Well, let me tell you about someone.
Wait. Why shouldn't they?
Well, let me tell you about someone.
Look, CL and Premier League, man.
Alex Ferguson, 2008, 2009. We played in the Community Shield. We won that. We played in the Super Cup. We lost it. We played in the Club World Cup. We won that. We played in the League Cup. We won that. We got to the FA Cup semi-final. We won the Premier League. And we got to the Champions League final, 2008, 2009. Now, people talk about Man City, greatest English team of all time. Mourinho, best manager of his generation. Klopp, are they better than, is this better than Man United's treble-winning team? But you can't even manage 2-3 competitions. And you're talking about better than what came before.
No. Knicks.
No, but that's
trust me. What
Man
Klopp and Pep have done, it has surpassed Ferguson. Like, chill with the whole Ferguson thing, man. Don't be United merchants.
Man United
Don't be United merchants, man. Don't do it.
And won 3 or 4 of them. Got to lateral stages of all of them. Was to play the youngsters in the League Cup and the FA Cup because Mane's tired. Fix up, man. These managers are jokers, man. These managers are jokers. I'm not having any of it.
No, well, before we move on, let me just say something very clear. Nick's, that was very, very eloquently put. That was very passionate, and I appreciate all the points that he put forth. 90% of what he said was garbage because it wasn't actually fully, because I just was really true. And also, I think your thoughts, first of all, what you need to realize that the game has changed. Ferguson, that was in the past. Football is played at a much higher level right now, and the stakes are far higher. I keep reminding you, Feb 18. Ferguson, this man that you say, easy, let me land. Ferguson, this man that you say is so great. How great was Ferguson really?
The GOAT.
2 Champions League wins, one of which was in the final 2 minutes after he got outplayed by Bayern Munich. The other one that he did was on penalties, was fluke. So did he ever 100% win it clean clear? Never happened. And Champions League is where it really counts. So really, an argument can be said that what Klopp has done has superseded what Ferguson ever done. What Mourinho did superseded whatever Ferguson did. So chill with the Fergie agenda. Fergie was a domestic merchant. He was a Premier League merchant. That's what he was. And he was a perennial failure in the Champions League. And his team got outplayed in the worst way I've ever seen a team got outplayed in a 2011 Champions League final.
Excuse me. You don't remember the
So
team?
we're moving on. We're moving on.
We're Bayern Munich. Absolutely.
We're moving on. Okay, because that was fact. Ferguson, that you call the great manager, his team got disgraced for 45 minutes in that 2011 final. Disgraced. What?
2012, Bayern Munich
compared to 2011?
Destroyed you.
Nah.
Destroyed you.
Kyle, can you vouch for me that 2011 was the worst, was the most one-sided game of football that's the Champions League?
Arguably the greatest European team of all time. You got schooled by Thomas Muller.
Did they win 3 seals in a row? Arguably the greatest team of all time. Did they win 3 in a row? How?
Have hope.
What?
I can't side with you, but
why not?
When you say
Mourinho, if you can side
wait. When you say Mourinho and Klopp, what they have done has superseded what Sir Alex Ferguson has done. I mean, that is ludicrousy at its finest. Let me tell you. Man United, right, were playing football in an era where we had Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, AC Milan, Juventus, like Arsenal, Chelsea, themselves. Like the level of football. You say football is played at a higher level and higher intensity now than it is back then. No, let me tell you, the quality of football players and the quality of teams were far beyond of what we are now. So for him to win 2 Champions Leagues in an era where you had Juve, Inter, AC, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and so on and so forth. You had Rivaldo, Ronaldinho, Kaká, the absolute superstars all over the place. So you're telling me, just 2 Champions Leagues. Klopp won a Champions League. They're playing a half beaten down Spurs team in the final. Come on, man. You're talking about the quality of Man United, how they won the game. Did you see the quality of that match? No one could string 5 passes together, my brother. Come on, man.
Telling me, wait. So wait, easy. Before we move on, because no. Let me just be clear here, because shots have been fired here. You're telling me that I've got to accept Ferguson as one of the greats because he gave me 2 Champions League wins, 2 of which weren't even clean.
No, I'm not saying you have to accept him. No, I'm not saying you have to accept him as one of the great. You have to accept him as the greatest of all time. What? Not one of.
Over Uncle Mo?
Not one of.
Over Uncle Mo.
Uncle who? Uncle who? Not Moo. Who? Uncle who? Listen.
Okay. Wait. Let me
listen.
Let me tell you. Talk. Wait. Easy. Did Fergie ever win a CL with FC Porto?
No, he didn't. No. But listen. Did he ever get sacked and have his team lingering in 12th place? No,
okay.
He didn't.
Okay, let's spot. Did Fergie ever beat the supposed? So Knicks.
Wait, what?
Shush. Nix,
Go on.
you said that in 2011 you got outplayed by a team that you said
No,
is one of the greatest sides ever.
yes.
2010
Go on.
semi. This great Barca side. Please tell the audience
No, it's not the same.
what Uncle Mu did.
Not the same Barca.
No, answer the question. Answer the question.
Not the
Nix,
same Barca. I
tell
can't answer the question.
the
I can't answer
Nix,
the question.
tell the
'cause it's
court.
not the same Barca. That was Zlatan. That was Zlatan Barca. That was not the same Barca.
Nix, tell the court what
Barca.
Uncle Mu did to this supposed great team. Tell them the court.
Wait.
Put some respect on Uncle Mu's name. What the heck? Put
Right,
some
let me
respect on his
tell
name. Who do you think you are? The heck?
Fergie saw Mourinho.
Talk like goat, man.
Fergie saw Mourinho come to England. Said, "Oh, two Premier Leagues.
Okay.
Cool. Let me run you out of there. 3 Premier Leagues in a row. Mourinho's gone crying back to wherever he come from.
Three Premier Leagues.
Balling.
You're such an EPL merchant. You're such Ferguson. Uncle
Ferguson
Mu
built
wanted to.
every team from the ground up. They said you can't win anything with kids. I'm so glad it froze him. They said you can't win anything with kids, and the man won everything with kids. 99, 10 years later, came back again and won it again.
All
Your people,
Okay.
2 years, and now they're getting
Wait.
sacked right and center.
Let me get a super chat right now.
That's
Okay,
cool. A break.
Gatlock. This is your final warning.
He's right.
Gatlock. This is your final warning, because
Big
I've
up,
had it
right.
up to here. I've had it up to here with the kind of abuse and insult. Kyle, put your thumbs down. Gatlock, I think, Gatlock, we are fellow Nigerians here, and I think your comments are rude, disrespectful, and downright unfair. So I'm going to read this out because I am bound to read out this complete and utter crap that you're spouting here. So Gatlock, this is crap, by the way. I want the audience to know that what he's saying is complete and utter garbage. Back then, we had Dino and Ronaldo. Now we have Hazard. What's that supposed to mean?
The worst part about
Hazard is trash.
What's
Kyle,
what's that supposed to mean?
he ain't even talking about Eden. Eden is irrelevant. He's talking about Thorgan. Thorgan's the best Hazard in the family.
True.
Thorgan is the best Hazard in the family.
This man is injured. How could you hate a man that is injured? Why you hate? I'm sorry he won a European Cup. I'm sorry. It's not my fault he won a European Cup. I'm sorry. I'm sorry he won a European Cup. I'm sorry that he won a European Cup. Don't be a hater. Okay, guys, we're moving on right now. I apologize to any football fans out there for the rubbish that these two guys keep spouting. But don't worry, you've got HH here just to sort of take things back to... Because remember, 99.9% of what I say is the truth, because I am still the #1 football analyst on the planet. So let's go to our main topic right now. So, we're another super chat. Okay, let me get that. All right, let's see his few super chats. So Rodney Salangu, thank you. Without Fergie, United have died. He's the GOAT. No, if they had brought in Ancelotti or someone else, United would have been fine. Fergie is good. He's not that good, and I think people are slightly overrating. And I'm going to release a video of how good was Fergie really. That video is coming out very soon. Don't worry. Martin Rosario, this Kobe tragedy still hits deep. Yes, it does. As again, speechless. I have no words. It's beyond horrible. I don't even know what well to say. Armchair critic.
Big up, armchair critic. Big up yourself. Thanks for the super chat. We need more people like you. Change your name to HH.
Hazard. Okay, Hazard is the top 150 in the world. Respect. This is for all of you clowns here, because I find it disgusting that it's called Hartford's Football Hot, but people keep sending stuff that is hating on me all the time. But wait. Before you go, for all you losers out there, for all you bricks, you pathetic losers in the live chat, all of you, screw you all. I don't care whether you're sorry or not. Screw you all. If Zad comes and shows himself, I am going to insult the living hell out of you losers. Don't pray. Pray that Zad doesn't perform. Because if Zad performs, you think I'm bad now. You think I'm bad now. I'll be literally the most annoying creature on the planet if Zad performs. So you ungrateful ingrates who can't appreciate the generation talent that is Zad. If he comes and he balls, you're screwed. You're all screwed. So we're moving on.
He's never going to perform then. Moving on.
Kyle, keep eating your bloody chips, man. Please. So our main topic right now. So, Kyle, I've got to come to you for this now. Real Madrid are 3 points clear, and there are many things to say about this. Like, it's looking as if they are favorites. Real Madrid are looking good. They're finding their groove. Players are playing well. Zad is slowly coming back to fitness. Barcelona now are looking to get Rodrigo from Valencia as a replacement striker for the Cannibal Suarez. And Barcelona just seem out of sorts. And I have been proven right by Antoine Griezmann is a side chick. Never world class. He's a sideshow and he's been exposed. And Barca wasted 100 and something million for Coutinho, and I wasted another 100 and something million for Griezmann. So Barcelona are a club where Barcelona are like that crazy chick that you have who you give her your debit card to say just buy stuff on the shopping list. She comes back and she's overspent stuff and she's put you in the red. Watch out for those females. They are dangerous. Kyle, I'm coming to you here with this as the pseudo Barca fan. Do you accept that Real Madrid are firm La Liga favorites, or do you believe that Messi will produce some magic and Barca will still be able to claim the La Liga title?
Well, if this manager keeps us playing the way we're playing, Real Madrid will 100% inevitably win La Liga.
Kyle, stop right there. Stop right there. Now, I'm happy that you said that now. Kyle, as a Barca fan, what do you want? Were you? I just need to be clear here so you can paint the picture. Were you happy with what Valverde was doing, if it's got results, or from what I was hearing from Barca fans, Setien plays the Cruyff way, plays the Barca way. As long as we play the Barca way, the results will come. Where do you stand specifically in that dilemma?
I just want, emphatically, in style. I don't like football evolves all the time. Like Barcelona have not always, for the entire club's history, played the so-called Barca way that everyone's talking about. It came into fruition. It came into fruition, and we saw the benefits in the international side when Spain went on a mad thing. They won back-to-back Euros and a World Cup in between. And since then, everyone's been talking about this so-called Barca way. But football evolves. They never always used to play that way. They started playing that way, and it was very effective. And it took the world by storm at the beginning. They didn't know how to stop this total possession football. And now football has evolved where everything is lightning quick. Some teams play counter-attack. Some teams play extremely fast and aggressive, high tempo, high pressing. It may not be the way to play anymore. I just want to win and win effectively. I'm not saying, oh, this so-called Barca way, we must play this way all the time, at all times. I've always said, sign someone like Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba isn't a Barca type of player if we're talking about the style of football that they want to play. He's not necessarily that type of player. But I've said, sign someone like Paul Pogba. Sign Kante as a replacement holding midfielder for Busquets. He's not Busquets is not the greatest defensive midfielder in the world.
Wait, Carl, easy. Kante is needed for Bayern. No. He's needed for Bayern. Relax.
Whoa.
Like Chelsea,
yeah, right. But what I want basically is for the season to finish and for us to go in and have a respectable summer transfer window. Like proper business needs to be done. Like, and the way we're at the moment, Messi isn't going to be. He doesn't have what he used to have 6-7 years ago where he could literally carry the team on his back. Like before, the way we were playing, it was get the ball to Messi, and he had, I wouldn't say minimal work, but at least 20% work to get the ball into the back of the net. The way we're playing now, he needs to put in 150%, and he ain't got 150% in him no more. Like we're playing sideways football. Like literally, we played Ibiza in the cup. 1-0 down at 1-0 down at half time, right? 1-0 down at half time. And hear me out. There were some senior players on the pitch too, like Griezmann and things. Like there were some ballers on the pitch, and we had 82% possession. They had 18%. We had one shot, not on target, one shot for the whole 45 minutes, and they had 6 with 18% possession. Like the way we're playing is so sideways, it's so backwards. It's just literally keep the ball. Yeah. Trust. Literally, anyone can keep the ball, but they're not doing anything with it. So if Messi was to do something in this current state that we're in right now, he would literally have to pick up the ball, drop deep from the halfway line, and run through about 7 guys and put the ball in the back of the net. Because we're not penetrating anyone. As a matter of fact, I actually heard that in their recent game, the 2-0 loss against Valencia, I believe it was at halftime. The manager was asking the players to do something, and he was saying that it's going to take time for you to learn what I want you to do and understand my ideas. And they didn't say which player it was, but one of the players said to him, and literally came out in the dressing room and said to him, "This style of football isn't going to work. It's too negative for us." He said, "When we receive the ball, there's far too many players in front of us and too many of our players behind us. We can't do anything. We're missing Suarez, and literally we pick up the ball. We've got 2 attacking players in front of us, and there's 6 or 7 players behind the ball. We can't do anything with it." And he's telling them you already got the players. They're not on board with the football that you're playing. I mean, it's only going to go one way. Like literally, they're already telling the manager, "No, this can't work. Well, we're out here, we're doing what you're telling us to do, we're playing sideways football, and we can't penetrate anyone." Tell me, is there someone in that team that can penetrate any? There's 6 men behind the ball. Can any of them players get through that? Bar Messi? No, exactly. So it's not looking good at the moment, man.
The Us is coming. The Us is coming. So before I get to Nick's chill, before I get to Nick's armchair critic. Now let me break this down. This is a Griezmann apologist. Griezmann, player of the tournament in Euro 2016, lies. Been to 2 Champions League finals as the protagonist. What happened in those Champions League finals? Knocking out Bayern and Barca, and won the World Cup with 7 goal contributions, LL. Well, I'm Armchair critic. My name is actually HH, by the way. No, not LL. And what you're saying is fake news, because he wasn't. You say he was a player of the tournament in Euro 2016, but he was Casper the Ghost in the most important game in the final and lost. France winning the World Cup was a team effort. Who was the star? The prodigy. That's why, for my narrative, I need the prodigy to win the Champions League to get Messi and Cristiano the heck out of here. Griezmann is a sideshow. This guy that you're protecting, what has he done for Barca so far? This great, amazing player, what has he done for Barca so far? He's been a flop for Barca, a complete and total flop, because he is a sideshow, a side chick, never a main superstar. He's a lapdog. Not even a very good, at least Benzema was a good lapdog. He's not even a very good lapdog. He's not even good at being a flipping subservient servant. Nix, Real Madrid, is this the La Liga to take, man?
The thing is with Griezmann, I don't think there was anyone who was really excited about this move. Like, unless you're like a Griezmann, you say Griezmann apology for the Griezmann supporters club. Nobody, when Barca bought Griezmann, were like, "Whoa, Barca are back now." Nobody said this. Like, everyone knows Griezmann, yeah, he's got some qualities, but he's not the elite of the elite. And when you're talking about them missing the likes of Neymar, and you bought Coutinho and that flop, you spending 120 million on Griezmann, nobody's afraid. We've all seen Griezmann, been there, done that. Like, cool, you were decent at Atletico, but what won it for Atletico was more the defense, more than you. Nobody was afraid of Griezmann. So I'm not surprised that. I guess you could say he's flopping because of the price tag. But for me, he's doing what I expected. A bit here and a bit there. He's a small fish in a big pond. And at Atletico, it was a big fish in a small pond. In terms of La Liga, listen, I like to see it shaken up in it. I wouldn't mind Real Madrid winning it. I don't support either team, so I don't want one team to just dominate forever. Ronaldo's not there, so I don't have my fan club, supporters club over there anymore.
You're a Cristiano fanboy.
That's moved. No, not a fanboy. I just run a fan club. That's moved to Syria, to Juventus. No, but in all seriousness, 18 games unbeaten, Real Madrid. I mean, you have to start looking at Zidane and saying, maybe he's a good manager. And I say that out of respect, because I'm not saying he never was a good manager, but people, when he won his 3 Champions Leagues, it was the players. Nothing to do with him. Look, he jumped ship. He left soon as it all went to pot. He realized it was the end of the cycle. He's now come back, and everything ain't been rosy. Certain players that he's put trust in terms of the how much they bought them for. Name no names, Eden. They haven't been there. Gareth Bale is not one of his players that he wants, but he's having to utilize players that he either doesn't really want to be there or are not his first choice. And they're 3 points. They're 3 points clear. So I would say, as it stands on current form, if I had to put money on it, I'd have to go Real Madrid, because they look like they're building and going somewhere. Whereas right now, Barca look like they're going the opposite direction. They just sat their manager. They got in, is it Setien? And obviously, the fact that they got him in straight away, you're thinking, okay, maybe they thought about it and planned it. But the reality is, it sounds like he was their third choice. They wanted Xavi and they wanted Ronald Koeman. So they've sat their manager, ended up with their third choice manager, and now they're behind in La Liga without Suarez. If they were to win it from here, you might as well give Setien the keys to Catalan, because I think it's 3 points, yes, but in the grand scheme of things, I think it's a longer way back than the points tally says.
Let me just hit the super chats here from Erhan Aksu, Football Hub member. Thank you, bro. The Oos is the French Darren Anderson. Now, Erhan.
Respect to Darren Anderson.
Erhan. I mean, no disrespect to Darren Anderson, but Darren Anderson doesn't have an iota of the talent that the Oos is. Let me just remind people about the future of football as we enter this new decade of 2020. The Prodigy leads the line, followed by the Oos, then Zad and Leroy Sané and Sancho. These players will form the future of football. These guys are the next generation. Let me say it one last time. The next generation of football players, the Prodigy, the Oos, Eden Hazard, Leroy Sané, Jadon Sancho. That's how it is. That's how it wants to be. Don't argue. Just accept. When your uncle HH speaks, just listen.
Can I ask a question, though? Can I ask a question?
No.
You said no, wait, I have to ask a question. No, I have to ask a question. You said Eden Hazard is one of the next generation of footballers in this decade. The guy's almost 30, mate.
Can I respond?
You barely even let him question.
Can I respond?
Can he finish his...
Can I respond?
Feel free.
Age is nothing but a number. I have seen 60-year-olds who act like they're 20. I've seen 50-year-olds who act like they're 15. Kyle, you're living a very binary life. You need to open your eyes and open your mind. Judging people by their age is narrow-minded. Don't look at Hazard's birth certificate. Look at his soul. When you look at Hazard's soul, he plays like a 21-year-old.
I look at him.
So we're not basing it off on birth certificates. We're basing it off on how do they play. Hazard plays like a 21-year-old. And I'm warning you right now, because Zad is listening to all of these insults. I spoke to him last night. Zad says that he's looking at all of these insults, and Zad says, you know what? I don't want to say so much, but Zad just says, you know what? He's got something. He's got something for you guys. He's got something for you guys. So
sorry, have hope. Isn't he out of the Madrid derby coming up?
Knicks, Feb 18. Feb 18. Knicks, Feb 18. You know what that means? Feb 18. That's the next level. Just understand that. Feb 18. Daniel Jones Ortega. Thank you. See, this thing that understands. Time is relative. Kyle, are you listening? Did you hear what I said? Time is relative. Stop being ageist. Okay, don't judge people by their age.
I'm not, but the more time that goes by, the bigger he gets. I'm just saying. The more burgers he eats and puts on, tub.
Knicks, I'm having second thoughts bringing Carlo onto the show. I'm having second thoughts, bro.
That is done. You can't go back on it now.
So, this is the last week of the transfer window. And Knicks, I am coming to you here with this. This involves me as well. Maybe all of us. Feb 25 is the biggest game in the last 25 years. I checked. Chelsea Bayern is going to be watched by approximately 3.5 billion people. They sent me like the figures and everything. It's one of the biggest games I've ever. And I am very scared and I'm very worried because the targets I once said haven't yet been bought and time is running out. Chelsea need specific players if we are to deliver Bayern because I want 2 wins. I don't know about you guys, but I want 2 wins because I want Bayern to be delivered at the Bridge and at the Allianz. And I'm getting very worried. I'm sweating. I'm losing sleep. I'm having nightmares. I have to take Panadol. I saw my doctor. I saw my GP yesterday, and I told my GP, look, give me a prescription. And it says why. I said Feb 25 is on my mind. I am literally having aching sleeps and nightmares of Feb 25 because I told my GP, if I don't get at least 2 top-tier players by the end of this window, you're going to have to admit me into a hospital right now. So that is serious. And people who support Half Hope, you don't want me to be unhealthy. But I'm doing my best to maintain my brain. Nix, I'm going to come to you with this. Are you disappointed with the transfer window that Man United have had? If you are, who do you blame for this disappointment?
Disappointed isn't even the right word. Listen, we had, if we're looking at it from a base level, we had a decent summer window. But where we were and what we needed, it was a poor window. But all things being equal, decent window. But we went into the season knowing we didn't get all the players we needed in the summer.
Wait, sorry, real quick. So Gatflow, quick, let me just quickly super chat. 29 is next generation. Man's injured because he's getting old. Gatflow, don't be ageist, respect your elders. Nick's continue.
Cal, he's not crunching down the mic, bro. I'm trying to we had terrible summer. A poor summer window by what we needed. We went into the season knowing exactly what we were missing. So we've had August, September, October, November, and December. 5 months before January. 6 months if you want to include the month of January. And we haven't signed one player since Harry Maguire. We have not signed one player.
Who do you blame?
I blame Ed Woodward. And people take Solskjaer's word, and it's Ed Woodward and the Glazers. People take Solskjaer's word very, very literal when they want to, and when they don't want to, they very overlook it. When he's talking about transfers, I think his most recent quote, he said, "I've identified certain players, we want to get some in, but now we need to see if the club can get them over the line." If he's talking about himself or the team, he says we, he says us. The club means it's not under his jurisdiction. Mino Raiola, Paul Pogba's agent, said he's never ever met and spoken to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which tells me that Solskjaer is not speaking to and negotiating with the agents, and he might speak to the players, but when it comes to the final negotiation and the agents, he's not involved in that. So you have to put that at Woodward's door because Solskjaer knows these players. I'm sure he would identify some players, whether they're good or not, that's another matter. But he's identified some players, and Woodward, for whatever reason, has not got them over the line. And the Bruno Fernandes one, it stinks. It absolutely stinks. I'll tell you this right now. I'm going to say it. one-liner, and I'm going to do a video on it if it comes to pass. If we do not find anyone in this January, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should resign. I'm not going to say why. I'm not going to go any further. But if we don't, prepare, there will be a video on it because it's actually a disgrace what's going on right now. Absolute disgrace.
But let me play devil's advocate. Isn't it a case of where Man United are simply not an attractive enough destination that maybe the targets that Ole wants are far too lofty for the position they find themselves in right now? Because obviously you want the best possible players. Erling Haaland is an example. Erling Haaland had a choice, United or Dortmund. He was like, this ends United under Fergie or how it was years ago. Dortmund seems a better fit for me. I know we're from the same Norwegian neighborhood and everything, but I want to roll with this whole thing. So I can't really put the blame on him.
I would say, put like this. Yes, there might be an element. There might be an element of there's players that we want and we can't get. And I'm sure that's an element to it. But you can't tell me that 0 transfers from Maguire in beginning of August to now is because nobody wants to come to Man United. It don't make sense. The Bruno Fernandes one is a reality. It's one we've been speaking about from the summer. And we haven't got one. We want to get Erling Haaland. We don't get him. Are you saying that was the only striking target? You just have one person that you want. And if you don't, you need another 6 months to scout someone else. Or you're going to go for what? Slimani and Igalo? Like, come on, man. Listen, if it's not Ed Woodward, which it is, but if it's not Ed Woodward, yeah, you have to look at Solskjaer, of course. Look at where Man United as a club. Or you look at the scouting system. Because if you're saying you can only scout one person every 6 months, then something is fundamentally wrong behind the scenes. But for me, the buck for me stops with Ed Woodward and the Glazers because they're the ones signing off on players, and they are the ones releasing the money or not releasing the funds, as I think is actually the case.
All right, so before I come to Carl, let me just hit these super chats. Have hope for Cristiano. Strange name. Talked nothing about Real, just Barca, fake title. No, we did. We said that Real Madrid are in the driving seat based on how crap Barcelona are right now. So we talk about how Real Madrid are in a very, very good position based on Barca's brickery and based on the side chick known as Griezmann. But in my personal view, I just don't trust Real Madrid in La Liga. Real Madrid in the CL, that's a different thing. City Real Madrid, we know what we're going to roll. But Real Madrid, for La Liga, they mess up so many times, I can never fully trust them. Even if they're in a strong position, you can never really back against your boy on Messi. And
Have hope, is that your burner account? Have hope for Cristiano?
No, it's not. It's not. Definitely not. 2010, Mourinho says, played 38, won 37, drawn 1, lost none. The league is getting raped.
Sorry, is he looking forward to the future? I'm confused. What season was that? That looks like Football Manager.
No. He's saying that's what's going to happen at the end of the season. If that happens, Nix, I never want you to even mention the name Premier League ever again. Never. So please don't.
Did we get rid of the name Premier? What do we call it?
The Elmere League. Elmere League. So, Kyle, I'm coming to you right now. Striker. Yo. That's the main thing that Barcelona need right now, and that is top of the priority. Now, from what I've heard, there is unrest in the camp at Valencia because of the rumors of Rodrigo being signed by Barcelona. So, in your view, 2 questions. First question is this: if Barca bought Rodrigo, how happy would it be, and how good of a signing would that be? Second question is: if Barca don't get a striker this window, is this season going to turn into a disaster?
Well, first question, Rodrigo. We need to stop signing these second-rate players. I'll be honest with you. Like, if we want, you have to realize, right? We've come from an era where we had prime Suarez, Messi, and Neymar, and now we're dealing with an aging Messi, dinosaur in Suarez, and a very much overrated and trashed and Antoine Griezmann, and we need some serious players to get It would honestly, literally, for us to be that good again, it would have to be Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe. Now, I'm not saying that's ever going to happen. That's unrealistic. That's actually never going to happen. But that kind of level, us signing Rodrigo does what? Do you see Rodrigo as a Champions League winning player? Is he a Champions League winning player? Because put it like this, Barca win league titles.
He could surprise you. He could surprise you.
So is he? You're not signing to say, oh, if we sign him, we can win La Liga. La Liga is not the aim. It's the Champions League. The Champions League has eluded us for far too long now. Is Rodrigo a Champions League winning player? No, he's not. But I want us. The man that needs to replace Suarez. There's only one name. There's only one man that can do it, and that is
Jesse Lingard.
That is his Uruguayan comrade, Edison Cavani.
Very easy. Is it Chelsea? Chelsea from the side. Chelsea from the side.
No. Screw Chelsea. Screw Chelsea. No,
Oh, Kyle. Feb 25. That's the priority.
Kyle, Cavani.
What do we mean by true Chelsea? Kyle, we have a game against the Bayern Munich. We did a striker. What the hell? What the hell?
You got
Kyle.
You got Tammy Abraham, Olivier Giroud, and Batshuayi.
No.
Batman. You got 3 strikers. Why do you need a 4th? Why do you need a 4th?
Assurances. No, we need assurances for Feb 2025. Kyle, Feb 2025 is very important. I don't think you grasp the importance of Feb 2025. I don't think you do.
Byron's right. He goes Lautaro Martinez over Inter Milan. He goes better than Cavani. I mean, he's definitely younger. I'll give him that, and he's on fire right now. He's definitely worth more, and that should be Cavani's 33 next month. You can't be banking on injury.
I know, but what I'm saying is that Martinez is not a player that we are capable of getting in January. I'm not naming unrealistic players. I'm not naming unrealistic players. So someone that's going to fill the gap. We've got a few days left of this January window. Someone that's going to fill the gap till the summer. Getting Cavani, he's the man to get the job done. If we want La Liga if we want to win La Liga in Suarez's absence, getting Cavani, link up with Messi and Griezmann and so-called Oos, and we go from there. And in the summer, we do proper recruitment. But Martinez isn't a realistic target. I don't think for anyone in January. Inter are chasing Serie A. If they're fighting Juve. He's not going in January. It's not happening. He's not going. I'm not disagreeing that he may be better than Edison Cavani, but he's not a realistic target. Not for January, anyway.
And just to sort of round this off for where Chelsea are coming through, Francis, because that's going to be your name until you shape up. Francis Lampard. There are only a few days left of the window. Francis, Feb 25 is your reckoning. Okay, I'm a Champions League merchant. This is the most important club trophy in there. I believe Chelsea can win this trophy. And the way they can win this trophy is if Knicks don't. Okay, the only way that they can win this trophy is I told you, I've given you my names: Neymar, Mbappe, Mane. These are
Robertson. Listen, Bayern Munich.
United even free. That's actually very rude. Was I laughing when any guys were talking? Was I laughing when you guys were talking?
On your Twitter page, you got the pinned tweet of all the score lines, the creation, etc. You might need to update. That's all I'm gonna say. No more. You might need to update.
Can I ask you guys this? And also, this is for the live chat as well. Let me ask you this: if Chelsea beats Bayern Munich, what will you guys do?
They're not beating Bayern.
Just for hypothetically speaking, because you guys have been very rude and very disrespectful. Because every match, everyone should have a chance of the match. If Chelsea win, what do you guys do? That's what I want to know.
I'll eat my hat live on the dugout.
Kyle, what's you gonna do if Chelsea beats
with tomato ketchup? Just saying.
So
what would I do?
Yeah, if Chelsea beats Bayern in the CL, if we knock out Bayern Munich in the CL.
Wait, are we talking Football Manager or or real life?
PS, he's a Pez. He's
Carl, we're talking real. Carl,
Oh,
what
your
are you gonna
Pez,
do?
your Pez career. Oh, I hear that you're playing for. Oh, okay. Well done. You done great, man. You probably got max stats. Probably could score a hat trick and things there. So good, my brother, man. So good, my brother.
Kings of London. They have lubricated Spurs. Arsenal. Listen, they put 15 past Arsenal in about 2 years. They put 7 past Spurs in 90 minutes. And you know what? If I'm honest,
Have either of those sides won the Champions League?
if I'm honest with you, you'd be lucky. You'd be lucky to get away with only 7 over the 2 legs. You'd be lucky. I expect them to absolutely destroy you. I'm not lying. You are bad,
guys. Wait. Wait, Nix. Are we mentioning the Patreon on this episode, or?
I mean, you mentioned it now.
Yeah, well, we have a Patreon. I'm not sure what the link is, but we'll try and put the link out somewhere soon because I'm not too sure about it. I need to ask the
But
so
let me say, yeah, we got the Patreon. Obviously there's no content on there just yet, but there will be.
Why not?
I mean, well, I'm here on the live dugout, I had time to upload. Cool. But from myself, Devo, Have Hope, and there'll be some things that you don't see on the live stream, all PG, so don't worry about that. And Have Hope's going to put the link for it in the description once the stream is ended, so you can just check for that. But yeah, make sure you support it, and we'll have some exclusive behind-the-scenes dugout extra content on there.
Kyle, will you be contributing to this?
Yeah, they're going to see the video of when I nutmegged you, so obviously.
This has been a lovely week of Football Dugout. To all those people with the rude super chats, let me just say this. Choose love, not hate. And I feel that if you're more positive, it will elongate your lifespan. I'm now going to go and have my dinner and watch more Attack on Titan, which is an anime, in case some of you guys don't know.
Oh,
that's
how your boys all of that. It is amazing. By the way, I'm just couldn't quickly. If you want to hit me up, get my WhatsApp number. We can talk anime. Last year, in 2019, I watched a total of 207 different animes. So I'm just saying, I'm a massive anime fan. So hit me up, bro.
Right? No. Don't say. I'm like an anime newbie, so I'm only just getting into the whole thing right now. So I've got my whole Crunchyroll thing, man. So I just I have to finish Attack on Titan season 3. So that's what I'm rounding off right now, and then I'm gonna get back on Demon Slayer. But guys, it's been swell. It's been good. Remember to hit the like button. Remember to subscribe. Remember, do all those things in there as well. It's been good. It's been swell. It's been lovely. Stay true. Stay real. Stay black. And I'm out. Peace out.
Mamba out.
Mamba.